Most people are sitting on gold in their CRM and they don't even know it. You've got leads, contacts, and conversions piling up, but how do you know who's ready to buy and who's just browsing? That's exactly why I started using GoHighLevel's engagement scoring feature. It's a built-in tool that tells me at a glance who's hot, who's warm, and who's just lurking. No more guessing, no more wasting time chasing cold leads. Our clients have used this exact feature to prioritize their outreach, boost conversions, and seriously cut down on follow-up fatigue. And I use it every single day to find warm leads with just a few clicks, or I actually have them delivered to my inbox so that I don't even have to go searching for them. There's no course here, no high ticket program to pitch. This is just exactly what works for us, and I wanted to share it with you. So if you find this helpful, please like this video, share it with someone who's drowning in leads but starving for conversions. Now let's break this down step by step so you can start using it today. All right, here we are inside GoHighLevel. We are in a demo account, so it might be missing a few features here and be a little light on the setup, but I think you'll still get the gist of how this works. So I switched from the main menu over to the settings menu, and now there's this feature here called Manage Scoring. This is a highly underutilized feature. It gets started as draft mode. You will have to turn this on to publish to actually make it work. There's a couple features in here already set up, a couple engagements already set up. It's really simple to edit these and add new rules. So you can see right here, it's pretty self-explanatory. If an email is opened, you add 1 point. If an appointment is confirmed, you add 1 point. I tend to edit these. An appointment is way more valuable than opening an email, so I might say 5 points. And if they have a certain tag, say 1 point, sure, that makes sense. A new rule I might add is if an email is clicked, add 2 points, because again, that feels more valuable to me than opened. So you save these once you have all the ones you want in here, and there are a bunch of options, as you see here. You can do payments, order forms, trigger links clicked, appointments as you saw, forms submitted. You can set up as many of these as you want. Now, depending on how many point systems you actually set up and how you build out your different scores will depend on how you handle the next step. So the next step in this, and let me just start with, you could actually stop right there. If you stop right there, your contacts will then show an engagement score on them. There'll be a number, and again, this is a demo account, so it's not a great example, but there'll be a number up here, and you'll be able to just go in and look for the engagement score on any contact in your system without question. Personally, I wanted something a little more involved. So I went through and I started with a very simple automation. And I have all my lead scoring automations typically in a folder together. And in my real account, I probably have 6 of them here, not just these 2, but for the purpose of today's demonstration, I'm showing you the first 2. So the most simple one I set up was when a contact engagement score is greater than 20, that's the trigger. First of all, exclude anyone that is a current client, which in my system is identified through a current client tag or contact type is customer. Then exclude anyone on my team, so anyone that has a Marketecs team tag. And if they don't have any of those things, they go to this none branch. So we've got exclude current clients, exclude the team. If they don't have any of those factors, then we add them to a pipeline. And so you would have to set up your pipeline if you wanted this piece in there. But again, you could skip that piece. You could just set up a notification. This is the most basic way to use this lead scoring. So I have an email to a particular user, and you would select the user in the system, and it would say new warm lead. And then it would have all the lead details, and it would be up to that person, probably a salesperson, to contact that lead, to reach out to that lead, email, whatever. They would have everything they need right there. They wouldn't even have to go into the system if they didn't want to. Of course, I would recommend it. Let's see what they've actually opened, what they've opted into, so that you can speak more educated when you actually reach out to them and reference some of their recent engagement. However, you have a notification, and then I wait 2 days and I remind myself that this person is a warm lead just in case I got distracted. and keep on going with the idea that hopefully I'm getting an appointment from this person. And again, you could stop this with simply somebody reaches 20, exclude current clients, notify me, and done. Very, very simple. You would get an email after 20, or maybe in your case, you want the engagement score to be 40 before you get an email. Mine is set up for a couple of reminders and then an appointment goal, which means if this person reaches, it's when a contact meets the condition of the goal, they jump straight to this point. So these extra reminders would stop if they get a tag saying that they have an appointment. And again, this is a demo account, so the tag isn't set up in here, but you would choose your appointment tag in that place. And then they would be updated on my pipeline, at least this is the way I have it set up, is that they would be updated to consult booked at this time. So that is my very simple warm lead notification workflow. But up until the point when they become a warm lead, my pipeline actually has different stages. So for example, early on, they're a lukewarm contact. So when their engagement score is greater than 3, and they're not a current client and not a Marketecs team member, they are moved to the lukewarm category. And this is simply all it is. If they ever schedule an appointment, then they move over to the sales pipeline. And it's just to get them in that pipeline. This workflow is just to get them in the pipeline. And then in my actual account, they move from lukewarm to warm to hot to boiling. And so there's a much greater range in my opportunities. And if we look at the opportunities over here, you'll see what I mean by pipelines. So you would set these up, you would rename these as cold, lukewarm, warm, that sort of thing. And this is the pipeline that it would move through. And this is what I'm referencing when I'm saying opportunity pipelines. All right, so that is the overview of how to use engagement scoring, a very underutilized feature in my opinion. I think every consultant and service provider should be using engagement scoring and should have some sort of notification system and some sort of pipeline system to make sure that they're aware of the activities, easily aware, I should say, of the activities of the contacts and valuable leads in their system. And this, I believe, is the way you do that. So if you found this information good, I hope you will like this video. I hope you will share it. If you are not currently a high-level user, I hope you will consider using my affiliate link in the description, or possibly even signing on with our agency, Marketecs Engine. Thank you and have a great day.